Welcome to your Every Body Workout with SwimLife Swim Spas. I'm Coach Jody Becker, and here's your athlete, Sheila Trelevon. For our 3-minute warm-up, we're gonna get started holding the Aqua Strength barbell. Put it behind you and hold onto it with your palms facing forward. We're gonna take some steps towards the front of the swim spa, and then step backwards, starting to warm up through the core, the glutes, and the quads here. So you want to be standing perfectly upright, shoulders over hips, over knees, over ankles. And try not to let that barbell move forward or backwards. Keep it in the same spot. So you'll really notice how much you have to engage your core to keep that steady. Notice also Sheila's lifting her knees nice and high. That really gets the quads working, using the resistance and the buoyancy of water to warm up through the legs. Now we're gonna move into the horizontal barbell rotation. So the theme of our warm-up today is really about getting into these total body movements. So you're gonna come into a lunge. So start by bringing your left foot forward and your right foot back. And we're gonna twist down to the right. So you've got that barbell out in front of you, and you want to twist out to the right. So you're pulling with your right hand as much as you're pushing with the left. We're going to do about 30 seconds on each side. Try to keep your hips again squared to the front of the swim spa and only rotate through the upper body. You will feel this challenging your balance. Try to have fun with it. And just take a few breaths before switching legs. So you'll bring your right foot forward, send the left foot back, and now you're gonna twist to the left. So it's a combination again of pushing with that right hand and pulling with the left. Firing up through the obliques, keeping the glutes engaged to hold that lunge position. One more exercise here in our warm-up. Another full body movement that gets the shoulders firing, the glutes hot. So you're gonna face one wall of the swim spa and just take steps side to side. So lots going on here. We're gonna do a lateral raise. We've got the Aqua Strength bells in hand. So a lateral raise, bringing the bells up in line with the water. At the same time, taking a sideways step and coming into a squat. So bringing the hips back, bending through the knees. Try to keep the shoulders up and the chest forward. And to try to pick up the intensity a little bit here, you can go a little bit faster. Again, with the goal of warm up is to bring up that heart rate, start to have a little bit of fun, and get ready for your workout. All right, so to get into our strength set, you're gonna wanna grab your barbell, and we're gonna stand facing the end of the swim spa. So your barbell is gonna be vertical, up and down. The closer your hands are together, the more challenging this exercise is. So maybe start with them a little bit wider apart. And we're gonna start going counterclockwise. Okay, so what is happening here is you're making a big circle, extending and bending through the arms. Feet are a little bit wider than shoulder distance. That'll give you a good base of support. We're gonna do about 30 seconds going in each direction. So notice that your feet are not gripping onto the swim spa floor. You got nice soft toes. Shoulders are right up over the hips. And now we're gonna switch hands and switch sides. So it's even pull and push. Remember, if it's a little bit challenging, this is a challenging movement. You can always widen your grip. Think about what it is that you're stirring in this pot today. Nice heavy heels, soft toes. Great job. Okay, so you're gonna continue holding on to that barbell. We're gonna come into a push and pull with a Plyo lunge. So you wanna take one foot in front of the other, and that barbell now is horizontal, parallel to the swim spa floor. Couple options for this one. If you're feeling extra strong today, you can do it like Sheila's doing it and hop back and forth, pushing and pulling that barbell, keeping it underneath the surface of the water. This is probably the most challenging version of this exercise. If you want to make it a little bit easier, I recommend that you just step back 1 foot at a time and push and pull at a pace that feels good to you. Remember, the goal here is more about building strength than it is getting in that aerobic workout. Our cardio set comes next, but we really are starting to increase the intensity here, so listen to your body. Good. We're gonna hold it here for 90 seconds, so a little bit of an endurance set. There's that fine line between listening to your body when it's asking you for a break and pushing yourself to challenge yourself, try something new, and get outside of your comfort zone. You know your own limitations. If you start to feel any pressure in the knees, take it back. Great job. Good work. Okay, so we're gonna put the barbell to the side of the pool and get into a movement called the diamond kick that really isolates the glutes. So this one requires some balance. Totally up to you if you wanna hold on to the SwimSpa, no problem at all. Start by taking your body weight into that left foot. We're gonna bring the right knee up in line with the hip and then take it wide. So options here, you can flex your foot if you wanna increase the intensity a little bit, or keep it pointed. Range of motion in hips is very unique to you, so listen to your body and don't push it past what feels good. This is a great exercise for runners. Get into that glute med. Often we also hold a lot of tension in the hips. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So take your body weight into the right foot now. Lift that left knee up, take it wide before returning it to the SwimSpa floor. You can skull your hands at your sides for balance, and absolutely no shame in holding on to that SwimSpa wall if this is your first or second time going through this. With practice, you will see that your balance gets better. Same with all of our movements here. If you want to increase the intensity, you can always pick up the pace a little bit. Last one. Done. Okay, so coming into our bell pass, this one's really gonna work the back. Grab onto the Aqua Strength bell, just one bell. Bring your feet about shoulder width apart. And you're gonna work on passing that bell, keeping it underneath the water. Passing it from one hand to the next. So options here. If you want to come into a lunge position to give you a larger base of support, go for it. Keeping your feet about hip distance, shoulder distance, that will be the most challenging version of this exercise. Finding yourself in a lunge gives you much more space to balance, which will help as you drag that bell through the water. So really feel that squeeze in your back, in the upper back. We're working here on lats and traps and getting into the rhomboids as well. Nice. Okay, so for our final movement of the strength set, you want to have a bell in each hand. This is going to be called the front raise to lateral raise, a movement that we do on land as well. But in water, again, we're using the resistance of water and the buoyancy to build strength on the push down. I love this one because on land we have to fight gravity to lift up, and here we're pushing down, doubling up the intensity in the water. So you're gonna go lateral raise. Hands come up in line with the shoulders wide. To front raise, pull the bells down back towards your hips, keeping the core nice and tight. So you'll see here Sheila standing with her feet about shoulder width apart. Again, that is gonna be the most intense version of this exercise. If you wanna bring it down into a lunge, go for it. Let's do 3 more reps. All right, so that's wrapping up the first round of our strength set. Let's go through that one more time. I love going through these exercises twice. It gives you an opportunity to try them again, play around with the intensity, and find out what works for you. So we'll start with that cauldron again. Your witch's brew. Feet will be either shoulder width apart or a little bit closer if you want to make it tougher. Hold that barbell vertically and start again going counterclockwise. Maybe this time you'll bring your hands a little bit closer together. Try not to squeeze the handle too much. Keeping those shoulders right over the hips, soften the jaw, let go of any tension that might be starting to arise. You know this one now, you got this. How are those feet? Are they gripping the floor? Can you soften the toes? Now switch your grip and go the other way. Nice big circles. Equal push and pull. I love this movement because it focuses both on the chest as well as the back. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, so coming into round 2 of our barbell push and pull. Again, if you're feeling up for it, if you ate well today, you slept well last night, we're gonna jump doing that plyo lunge while pushing and pulling that barbell out in front of you. So many opportunities here to build strength in the body. Nice soft grip on the barbell. Strong core, that belly button is in. One of the great things about working out in the water is that it's so much safer on our knees. I personally don't love doing this workout on land or this movement on land, but in the water, that water really protects your knees, the joints, the ankles. It's a really safe environment to start to practice these movements. Good, keep it up. If you need to take a minute to catch your breath, you do what you need to do. Again, round 2 is where we challenge ourselves, try to get a little bit outside of our comfort zone. If you're feeling like it's too much, I would suggest rather than stopping, just start to slow the pace. And if you're not out of breath, let's pick it up. Last 3, 2, 1. Great job. Okay, so moving into our second round of diamond kicks. You can put that barbell on the side of the SwimSpa and find a spot where you can balance on one leg and give yourself some space to take that knee nice and wide. I love this movement because it really gives you the opportunity to open up through the hips. We're challenging our balance here a little bit by standing on one leg. But again, we want to focus on building the strength first. So if you're finding that you're losing your balance, go ahead and hold on to the wall because we want to get into the glutes here. We want to really isolate those muscles. And if we're falling over, we're going to have less chance of doing that. So we've got 45 seconds on each leg. See if you can get a few more reps here. I know that bum is burning. Good. Now let's switch sides. So that knee comes up Take it wide, feel that nice stretch before returning it down to the floor. Try to keep your foot flexed if you can. Pointed or flexed, do one or the other and stick to it. Good, that standing leg is strong. Slight bend in the knee, not locked. Knee comes up and wide, return to the floor. Last 3, 2, and done. Coming into round 2 of the bell pass, you're gonna grab onto one of the Aqua Strength bells and hold it out in front of you. Okay, bringing the shoulders down under the water, your focus here is really keeping that bell below the surface. You're gonna pass it from one hand to the other, really feeling that squeeze in your shoulder blades as you drag the bell out in line with your shoulders. Find the position that works for you for your feet. So again, feet shoulder width apart is definitely more challenging than if you come into this lunge. We want to be able to isolate the shoulders, so work towards finding a position with your feet that feels stable. Let's do a couple more. Great. Okay, finishing off our strength set. Going back to the front raise to lateral raise, we have a bell in each hand. Find a nice steady position with your feet. We're gonna go lateral raise. Bells come wide up in line with the surface of the water. Push them down before lifting them up in front of you. This is a very challenging movement. So if you're starting to feel a little bit of the burn in the shoulders here, one way to increase the intensity would be to go quicker. But if you want to decrease the intensity, a little bit of a regression, go one hand at a time. That takes away some of the intensity, allows you to get through this 1 minute exercise. We still have the cardio set to go. Don't want to burn you out too quickly. Stay focused, you're almost there. Nicely done. Last one. Great job. All right, so that is our strength set all wrapped up. Now we're gonna get into our cardio set, which focuses on bringing the heart rate up and building your aerobic capacity. I love this one here. We're gonna get into the barbell kayak pulls. So holding on to the barbell, you want a lunge position for this one for sure. So one foot in front of the other. And just imagine you're out on the ocean, alternating sides, pulling back. It's more about the pull. So you've got your hands nice and wide. Pull, pull, pull. So you really want to have one foot in front of the other here to give you that strong base of support. And about at the halfway point, you can switch sides with your feet. Okay, I love how Sheila's getting into a nice rhythm here. You want to try to match that rhythm. But if this is your first time trying this exercise, focus a little bit more on the technique. Get comfortable with the movement. And then as you start to get a little bit more comfortable, it feels good and smooth, you can start to pick up the pace. This one will definitely take your breath away. Let's do a few more, keeping that heart rate up. Focus on your breath. Building our aerobic capacity sometimes means getting outside of our comfort zone. So if it's your body telling you to stop, well, listen to it. But if it's your brain, you can tell it to take a seat. You got this. Great job. Okay, so that one you're definitely gonna feel in the shoulders. And we're gonna keep the shoulder work going as we get into the split stance, push and pull. But this time we're gonna isolate the shoulders and arms and hold on to a bell in each hand. So grab onto those bells and come into your split stance, otherwise known as a lunge. So you're gonna bring 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And it's just like it says, a push and a pull. Now, we've done this movement before in the strength set. The difference here is it's all about cardio. So the goal is trying to pick up the pace and get into a nice rhythm. So it's a little bit of a lunge hop back and forth, pushing and pulling, moving those bells quickly. See how Sheila's keeping them underneath the water. She's creating quite a bit of a wake there. That's what you want to aim for in your SwimSpa. See how she's rebounding off the SwimSpa floor. You want a nice soft landing on the knees. Again, the water is there to protect you, but listen to your body. We're going for 2 whole minutes here, so find a pace that works for you and stick it. Notice the shoulders. Are they getting tense? Are the hands squeezing the handlebars? You want to soften. Rather than taking a break, if you need to take 1 step at a time, go for it. Getting into a total body movement here. I love this type of work as an alternative to running. It's really a low impact way to keep up your fitness. Keep it up, find that rhythm. Last 10, come on. And 3, 2, done. Good job. All right, so coming into the chair squats, still holding on to our Aqua Strength bells. I'd like you to bring your feet a little bit closer than they were in previous movements. So coming into a chair squat, you want the feet about hip distance apart. Now we're gonna rotate the bells so that the palms are facing each other. This is gonna mimic more of a low row movement, getting into your lats. So a chair squat, we're gonna send the hips back. You wanna keep nice heavy weight in the heels. Toes are light and soft and not gripping the SwimSpa floor. Reminder, in our aerobic set, it's all about finding that tempo and getting into your rhythm. So as you sit back, you want to extend your arms forward, and as you stand up, you pull the bells on either side of your ribs. If it helps, bring your breath into a rhythmic breath. With every movement, take an inhale as you send the hips back and exhale as you come up to standing. Yes. So much going on here. We're working through the glutes. Squeeze them as you come on up to standing. You're pulling back. Again, another functional movement that helps with things like picking up the groceries, picking up the kids. Good. And try to keep the shoulders down away from the ears. If they're starting to creep up a little bit, relax them down. You're having fun. If you've got a little bit more in the tank, I want to see you pick up the pace here. Heart rate is up. You're feeling uncomfortable. We're almost there. Last 10. Last 3, 2, 1. Yeah. All right, so 2 more exercises in this set. You're gonna continue holding on to those Aqua Strength bells. This one's gonna be tough. So bring them together. You wanna hold them nice and tight together. And we're gonna twist, bringing the bells on either side of our hips, bending through the knees. Good. And the way to make this a little bit less challenging is to let your gaze lead the way. So the hands go, the shoulder goes, and the gaze go all at the same time. One of the trickiest parts of this movement is going to be about keeping those heels on the floor. They're going to want to come up, so try to keep them on the floor. And with every movement here, if changing up the stance feels better, feels more accessible to you, then go for it. This one I really enjoy doing in a lunge position or split stance. So feel free to do that, but just make sure you switch sides. So this exercise really focuses on the abdominals, but keeping in mind that everything is connected. So you could potentially feel this in the lower back and the hips. You're wanting to focus equal amounts of push and pull. So when you twist, you push down with the outer arm, and you're also pulling down with that inner arm. Couple more. Great. All right, so rounding out our cardio set, we're gonna do another one of my favorite movements. This one's the skater, and it's all about the lower body. So you've got those fins on your ankles, and we're just gonna hop side to side. So we're gonna use the long edge of the SwimSpa. And we do this movement on land as well. But again, inside the SwimSpa is a great opportunity to do low impact. And we can also hit some other muscles in the SwimSpa because we're having to drag those ankles through the water. So you're taking a nice long lateral hop side to side, bringing the ankles up towards the glutes on the other side. You want to keep the chest up so that your gaze is forward. If at any point you need to take it back, catch your breath. You can always keep both feet on the floor and just alternate side to side. Adding in the hop increases the intensity. This is our last one, so really push through it. We're only doing one round here. Let's make it count. As your arms come through the water, they're adding a little bit more intensity, increasing the resistance. Stay focused. You came in here to get some work done. Let's get it done. Nice wide hops. You're almost there. 10. Great work. Nicely done. That is our cardio set complete. Now we're going to get into our cool down. All right, so cool down is such an important part of our workout and definitely not to be forgotten. So we're gonna start by stretching our hamstrings. Really, really important here. You wanna place your heel on the floor. So we're gonna do one at a time. Start by placing your heel on the floor. Toes are gonna point up to the SwimSpa surface, and you're gonna just gently lean forward to get into your hamstring. Okay, from there, we're gonna go into a quad stretch. This one does require some balance, so again, feel free to hold on to the SwimSpa wall if needed. Grabbing onto your foot, you want that knee and hip to stay in line. Not only are you pulling the heel up towards your glutes, but if you squeeze your glutes, you're gonna activate that stretch even more. Just a nice, gentle stretch. Again, the muscles are quite warm, so you don't wanna over pull. As the heart rate starts to come down, the pace of your breath is going to come down. And then we'll do a little bit of a back bend here, opening up through the chest. Just take a few breaths, relax the shoulder, soften the jaw, pressing those hips forward. Good. Now you're going to extend the arms out in front of you, clasp the hands together, Push your hands away from you like you're trying to push them into a wall. Drop your chin to your chest and you'll feel a nice opening in your back. Good. I love this stretch here. This is a nice hip opener. So we're going to come into a lunge stance. So our left foot forward, right foot back. Just gently press the hips forward and you're going to feel a nice stretch in your right hip. Okay, and then switch sides. So you'll bring the right foot forward, left foot back. Again, bend through that front knee. Press the hips forward. You'll feel a nice, juicy stretch in your hips. Okay, my hope is that you feel this tomorrow, but that you're still able to move. Okay, a figure 4 stretch coming up next. You're gonna take your right foot, cross it in front of the left knee, and just gently sit back as if you're coming into a chair. Good. And switch sides. Follow the lead of your body on all of these movements. Thank you so much for joining us today. Great work. Congratulations on finishing the Every Body workout. Stay tuned for our warrior workout, which is coming up next if you're ready to push it to the next level. I'm Coach Jody Becker. Thank you for joining me in the SwimLife Water Workout Series.